is our leader. Hello, Tammy.
Hello.
So
Sorry,
I
I've
just
been a
want to introduce everyone to Tammy Bigelow. She's the Director of Talent and Career Development. I think I got that right, Tammy. Okay, so Tammy, I'll turn the next few minutes over to you for the Live Well moment, and then you can turn it back to me for the stretching.
Hey, what a joy it is to be here with all of you today. I want to share a little bit of my remote journey. I started remote working at Intermountain Health about 28 years ago. I think I was one of the very first employees to do remote work. And at that point, it was a little bit different than it is today. I think over the last several years, the intensity, the online connection, the amount of emotional and mental stress has really changed. And so that's something that I have been dealing with through my kind of healthy Live Well platform. Sometimes I find it hard to sleep, disconnect, like I take too much of my head with me. And so some things that I've tried that I've found great success in are making sure that I shut down my computer at night. That sounds so simple and so silly, but for me, it is that mental space that says my work day is over and I move into my regular day. I also had a coach help me realize the value of a commute. And that is usually for me, it's a walk with my dogs out in a little field behind our house so that I can create that mental space and physical space so that I can really shift and move on into my nighttime. It's helped me in so many ways. Another thing that has really helped me, and that is prioritizing physical movement and utilizing my breaks in my day to augment that movement. So I had a leader, one of my leaders about a year ago, put in an agenda. We had like a 4-hour meeting. And in the agenda, she put in there, not just break, but she put in there live well break. And I took that to heart and I went and I walked. I actually did a few burpees and, just some things to kind of get my heart moving and my head clear. I can't tell you what that did for my day. Like that mentality of taking a live well break to help my mind focus a little bit better. Because normally what do? You jump into your email or you do something else. That live well break has been something that I've had to grasp onto to help me move forward. And I think the last thing is really just being able to minimize my mental distractions. I've got, a couple screens and a phone and people calling and IMs going on. And I realize that my fatigue happens when I don't provide the focus time that I need to in my day. So those are the goals that I set. I have been able to be accountable on a lot of those fronts. The maintenance of a commute and shutting down my computer is something that's integral to my personal health and success. So I hope some of that helps you. And Cami, thanks for letting me join you today.
Thanks so much, Tammy, for sharing some of the tips and tricks you found that work for remote work, which I think can apply to all of us, right? To create some habits, some barriers between work and home life. So thank you. Really appreciate you sharing that with us. We will go ahead and move on to the stretch part today. So Tammy, feel free to turn your camera off or leave it on, whatever you would prefer is totally great. So let's go ahead and get up and we will start moving. All right, find a little bit of space here. We're gonna take feet and step them close together to start with. And then just take a big inhale, reach your arms up, interlace fingers behind your head. Just do a couple simple twists. Release the arms. Now step your feet a little wider, maybe just a touch wider than hip width apart. Same thing, inhale up, interlace fingers behind the head, and a few simple twists. Back to the center, release your arms. We'll do one more foot position. Wider, much wider than hip width apart. Big inhale, arms come up, interlace hands behind your head, and a few simple twists. And come back to the center, release your arms. Okay, we're gonna step our feet about hip width apart. Narrow hip width is great right here. We're gonna take left leg, step it back, short split stance. You can use your hand to support you on your thigh and then reach the right arm up, maybe look up a little bit. Step forward and we're going to switch. So step right leg back, reach left arm up. So little tiny back bends here. If you're finding pressure in your lower back, just maybe don't step your foot back as far or don't reach your arm up as far. So start with straight up, gently start to reach back to find where your comfortable range of motion is. Okay, one more of these. Here's our last one. And go ahead and release. All right, take arms out to the sides. Take an inhale and reach your right arm up above your head. Drop your hand behind your back. And then left arm comes and grabs the elbow. And then a little side bend right here. Pull the elbow, maybe even shift your hips to the side, to your right a little bit. Go ahead and release arms. And then take that right arm, reach it across, grab underneath, and pull your arm into your body. Now from here, you're gonna twist, but keep looking at me. Keep your head forward, so we're stretching through the neck. Come back to the center. Let's do that again. Pull the arm, twist, but keep your head facing forward. All right, release arms. Let's do the other side. So big inhale, left arm comes up, drop behind your back. Grab the elbow and pull to the side, nice big side stretch. Maybe even shift your hips to the left. Okay, come back to the center. Release arms out, left arm comes across your body, right arm grabs underneath and pull, nice stretch in the shoulder. Okay, move into your twist. So start to twist to your right, but keep your head forward. And then come back to the center. And let's do it again. Pull and twist. And come back to the center. All right, release arms, shake it out a little bit. Take your feet a little bit wider. Big inhale, reach up. As you exhale, hinge from the hips. Send your hips back. Back is flat. Now look at the ground, so your spine is in alignment. Reach it up. Do it again. Let your head look at the ground though, on each one. Let's do one more like this. Fold forward. We're gonna pause right here, so if you can, keep looking at the ground instead of looking at me. Roll shoulders down and back, and then take one knee, straighten it while you bend the other, and then switch. So just back and forth, knee bend, other knee goes straight, but just try not to lock that straight leg out. Okay, let's do one more each side. All right, go ahead and come back to the center. Walk your hands up, your thighs back to standing. We're gonna take hands and put them behind your back so that your hands are just stacked on top of each other. Go ahead and pull the elbows back and then round through the back, pull your elbows forward. So it's like you have little wings. Move your elbows forward and back. If it feels extra good to hold it in one position, feel free to do so. Man, finding some tight muscles today. Let's do one more like this. Okay, we're gonna add on a little bit. So this time as you pull your elbows back, press your hands into the top of your hips or down towards your sacrum, whatever works. We're gonna pull the elbows back, bend your knees a little bit, start to look up. So we've got a back bend, a little back extension. And then release, round through the back. Pull your elbows forward, start to hinge through your hips a little bit. Bend the knees and fold forward. Let's do that one more time with those exaggerated bends. Elbows back, lift your chest, maybe tuck your tailbone under a little bit so your lower back flattens out just a touch more. And then round through the back. Pull the elbows forward, drop your head, drop your shoulders. Okay, now keeping your gaze at the ground, release your arms towards the floor, so now you're hanging. And then use your hands to walk you all the way back up to standing. We're going to get into that forward fold a different way this time. So hands on thighs, bend your knees. But we're going to have our back flat, because last time we had our back rounded. Okay, so back is flat. Start to hinge forward, keeping back flat. So your sit bones are lifting. And then start to use your hands to walk you towards the floor, but only as far as you can with your back flat. So sit bones are still lifting. Take a big breath, and then as you exhale, release your head, relax your whole body forward. Let your arms hang. Maybe sway your head a little bit side to side. Sway your whole upper body. Take some big breaths. And then use your hands to walk you back up to standing. No head rushes today. So if you have one, bend your knees, take a moment. Okay, a few shoulder rolls. Roll shoulders down and back. Let's keep shoulders down and back here. And now some chin tucks. Head up and down. Then bring your head back up. Pull your chin back. And then ear to shoulder, side to side. Okay, bring the head back to the center. Take your right hand, reach it straight down towards the floor so you're really reaching. Your left hand stays relaxed. Shake it out maybe. And then left ear, your left ear, goes to left shoulder. So even more stretch. Good, bring it back up. Shake the right hand out. Left hand engages, reach towards the floor. And then take right ear to right shoulder. Notice if this side feels different than the other side. All right, head comes back to center. Hands go to hips. We're just going to do a few pelvic tilts just to get in touch with our hips and our pelvis for a minute. So you're going to tilt your tailbone down and then tilt your tailbone up. So the front of your hip bones are moving forward and back. So you're checking in to feel what kind of arch you have in your lower back. And then try and find neutral. So slowly make them less exaggerated, a little smaller, until you feel like your pelvic bones are level. Okay, you're not tilting forward, you're not tilting back, nice and level. Take a big inhale, reach up. Fold forward all the way towards the ground. Trying to keep your pelvis in nice alignment with your spine. One more time like this. This time grab your left wrist, pull up and over. Nice big side stretch, and maybe look up under your arm. Release the arms, big inhale up. Let's do the other side, grab and pull. Maybe look up under your arm. Release the arms, a couple more shoulder rolls. See how everything's feeling now. I feel like we need to move our legs a little bit more before we finish up. So take legs nice and wide and just move a little bit side to side. We'll do that a couple more times. Okay, go ahead and bring feet back in. You guys are all done. Thanks so much for joining today. Have a great rest of your day.